practical ways to attract wealth into your life. In today's society, wealth plays a crucial role in people's quality of life, personal development, and the realization of dreams. Therefore, how to attract wealth has become a topic that many people are constantly exploring. In fact, the key to steadily attracting wealth towards us lies not only in blindly striving to make money but also in cultivating appropriate ways of thinking and living habits from multiple dimensions. The following effective methods may help us open the door to successful wealth accumulation. 1. Focus on improving your own abilities. On the long journey of chasing wealth, focusing on improving your own abilities is like lighting up a series of lights to illuminate the path ahead. There are too many external factors in life that are beyond our control, such as the rapidly changing economic situation and the complex and volatile market environment. However, we can definitely take charge of our own ability development. Concentrating on building professional skills, acquiring new knowledge, and honing communication and cooperation abilities is undoubtedly grasping the core elements of creating wealth. Take a copywriter as an example. In this era of information explosion and increasingly diverse demands for copywriting, if he is only satisfied with his existing writing level, he will soon be eliminated by the market. However, if he can persevere in learning new writing techniques, deeply study the characteristics of copywriting styles in different industries, and continuously explore how to accurately grasp the psychology of the target audience to write more attractive and appealing copy, then when facing various copywriting projects, he will be able to stand out with his excellent abilities. Whether it's collaborating with large enterprises to write advertising copy or creating high-quality content for emerging self-media platforms, he can obtain more remuneration and cooperation opportunities with outstanding performance. As business volume increases and word-of-mouth accumulates, his income will naturally rise, and wealth will gather like a trickle. It can be seen that focusing on improving your own abilities enables us to face workplace competition and various money-making opportunities with more confidence and composure, laying a solid foundation for the steady accumulation of wealth. 2. Don't be influenced by others' wealth concepts. We live in an era with a plethora of complex information, and there are even more diverse concepts about wealth constantly ringing in our ears. Some people firmly believe that they should save money by tightening their belts, thinking that only by holding on to money tightly can they feel at ease. Some advocate the concept of bold investment, believing that only by daring to take risks can one obtain huge wealth. Still others claim that one should enjoy the moment and not pay too much attention to wealth as it is just something external. If we don't distinguish carefully and are overly concerned about these various wealth concepts, we will easily lose ourselves, fall into a vortex of confusion and anxiety, and then make financial decisions that are completely inconsistent with our actual situations. It should be known that everyone's financial situation is vastly different, life goals vary from person to person, and risk tolerance also differs. Perhaps a wealth strategy that suits others may lead to failure when applied to ourselves. Therefore, we should base ourselves on our actual needs, combine our long-term plans and our true expectations for wealth deep in our hearts, and carefully formulate a wealth strategy that suits us. When we can firmly block out those noisy external voices and move forward steadily according to our well-thought-out plans, wealth accumulation will proceed in an orderly manner like a train running along a set track, effectively avoiding the wealth risks brought about by blindly following others and ensuring that our path to wealth is more stable and smooth. 3. Cultivate a strong wealth mindset. The journey of wealth accumulation is like an adventure full of uncertainties and challenges, and it will never be a smooth road. There will inevitably be setbacks such as investment failures, workplace frustrations, and difficulties in starting a business. In such circumstances, cultivating a strong wealth mindset is particularly crucial, which means facing these numerous challenges on the path to wealth with a calm, rational, and positive attitude. Imagine that when an investment in stocks that we had high hopes for suffers a setback and shows losses on the books, if we are immediately engulfed by panic and despair and impulsively sell the stocks immediately or blindly increase our investment in an attempt to recoup losses, we are likely to fall into a deeper predicament. On the contrary, if we can take a few deep breaths to calm our emotions first, and then calmly and objectively analyze the market trend, deeply study the fundamentals of the stock, and weigh the pros and cons before making subsequent decisions, it is possible to turn the situation around or even turn losses into profits. Moreover, we should also view the ups and downs of wealth from a long-term perspective, understanding that temporary gains and losses are like passing clouds and cannot determine the final outcome of wealth. Through repeated tempering in the face of setbacks, we will become more calm, tenacious, and better at making wise and far-sighted decisions when dealing with wealth-related issues, thus building a solid psychological defense for the continuous growth of wealth. 4. View setbacks as opportunities for wealth accumulation. On the long journey of pursuing wealth, setbacks are like checkpoints hiding treasures. Although they seem troublesome, they contain unlimited opportunities. Whether it's a business failure, a sudden layoff, or obstacles encountered in a startup project, these seemingly frustrating setbacks can actually become springboards for us to accumulate more wealth. Behind each setback, there are often valuable lessons to be learned. They are like mirrors, clearly reflecting the market demand gaps that we didn't notice before, our own shortcomings, or the hidden loopholes in the business model. For example, a young entrepreneur who ventured into the catering industry for the first time failed in his project due to a serious lack of experience in cost control, resulting in a large amount of waste of raw materials and unreasonable pricing. However, he was not defeated by this setback. Instead, he calmly reflected on it and learned profound lessons from the failure. He understood the importance of reasonable cost control, supply chain optimization, and accurate market pricing. When he started his business again later, relying on these precious experiences summed up from the setback, he carefully created a more competitive and profitable catering project. Not only was the food quality excellent and the price affordable, but also the cost was well controlled, attracting a large number of customers to dine in. As a result, the business thrived and his wealth grew significantly. Therefore, as long as we can change our perspective and view setbacks as valuable opportunities for growth and wealth upgrading, we will no longer be afraid of difficulties but will actively explore the value in them, allowing wealth to accumulate more and more as we overcome setbacks one by one, achieving a spiral upward trend. 5. Develop self-disciplined financial habits. Self-discipline is undoubtedly an indispensable golden key in the process of wealth accumulation. In the field of consumption, we live in an era when consumerism prevails. Advertisements are everywhere, tempting us all the time. If we are not careful, we are easily driven by impulse consumption and by many things that do not really meet our actual needs, which will have a serious negative impact on the savings and accumulation of wealth. Developing self-disciplined financial habits means constantly restraining these unnecessary consumption impulses, formulating a scientific and reasonable budget plan for ourselves, and strictly following the budget to allocate income, clearly distinguishing between necessary living expenses and expendable non-essential expenses. At the same time, self-discipline is also crucial in wealth-increasing behaviors such as investment. We should adhere to long-term investment strategies and not be swayed by short-term market fluctuations to avoid blindly following the trend due to temporary price changes. Regular financial reviews are also essential. By reviewing and examining whether our financial plans have been effectively implemented and whether our asset allocations are still reasonable, we can promptly identify problems and make adjustments. For example, setting a fixed savings amount every month and depositing this amount into a special account without fail, regardless of any circumstances, will gradually accumulate a large sum over time. Or by insisting on regular fixed amount investment in funds, relying on the compound interest effect of long-term investment, wealth can achieve steady growth over time. In this way, self-discipline is like a loyal companion, always by our side, helping to broaden the path of wealth accumulation. 6. Adopt a simple concept of wealthy life. The simple concept of a wealthy life doesn't mean that we have to live a poor and frugal life. Instead, it advocates that we break free from the trap of excessive pursuit of material enjoyment and blind comparison, and let wealth truly become a powerful tool to improve our quality of life and help us achieve our life goals. Simplification at the material level. In today's society, many people fall into a cycle of material consumption, being enthusiastic about chasing various luxury goods and frequently replacing the latest electronic products. It seems that only by possessing these can they demonstrate their status and identity. However, the satisfaction brought by these materials is often fleeting. While consuming a large amount of our wealth, they don't bring us truly lasting happiness. We might as well calm down and carefully examine our lives, keeping only those items that can truly enhance our living comfort and happiness. For example, choosing high-quality, durable classic products that can not only meet our daily use needs but also avoid the waste of wealth caused by frequent replacements. In this way, we can use the saved wealth for more valuable investment or savings projects, creating more room for the continuous growth of wealth. Simplification at the goal level. During the process of wealth accumulation, we are easily confused by the complicated wealth figures and various ostentatious displays of wealth in the outside world, thus losing our direction and setting a bunch of disordered and unrealistic goals. In fact, we should clarify our core goals for wealth accumulation, such as retiring early to enjoy a leisurely and comfortable old age, saving sufficient funds for our children's education to ensure they can receive a good education, or realizing the dream of traveling around the world to experience the local customs and cultures everywhere. Centering around these clear and definite core goals, we should reasonably allocate our wealth resources, ensuring that every sum of money is spent appropriately and worthily, and that every effort to make money steadily moves forward towards the set goals. In this way, wealth can accumulate steadily in a simple and well-planned life rhythm, and we can also feel the real value and meaning brought by wealth in this process. 7. Be generous in giving and create a virtuous cycle of wealth. The accumulation of wealth is not just a one-way process of taking and hoarding. Generous giving also plays a decisive role in this process. The forms of giving here are diverse. It can be extending a helping hand to those in need in terms of money, such as participating in charitable donations to help people in difficult situations solve practical economic difficulties. It can also be selflessly sharing our own money-making experiences, professional knowledge, and skills with those around us. When we sincerely and kindly help others generously, we will often reap unexpected rewards inadvertently. These rewards may not be directly reflected in the increase of money, but they can help us build a good interpersonal network. As the saying goes, more friends mean more opportunities. Perhaps by chance, we can meet like-minded partners through these good interpersonal relationships, and then jointly explore new business cooperation opportunities or receive sincere recommendations from others, bringing us more ways to make money and room for development. Moreover, the process of giving itself is also a transmission of wealth energy. It can make us feel wealthy from the bottom of our hearts, thus making our mindset more positive and optimistic. This positive mindset is like a powerful magnet, attracting more wealth to flow continuously towards us. For example, there is a successful entrepreneur who has always been enthusiastic about funding education in poverty-stricken areas and has never stopped over the years. During this process, he met many people from all walks of life who also have great love in their hearts. Because of their common kindness and pursuits, they came together. After in-depth exchanges and discussions, they discovered a huge market gap in an education-related industry with great potential. Then they joined hands and jointly invested resources to develop the project. With their respective advantages and efforts, the project achieved great success. Not only did it make a positive contribution to the education cause in poverty-stricken areas, but also the enterprise was further expanded and strengthened, and wealth grew like a snowball, forming a virtuous cycle of giving and receiving that complement each other. 8. Eliminate negative thoughts that hinder the arrival of wealth. Often, some negative thoughts lurking deep in our hearts are like invisible barriers, quietly blocking wealth from coming to us. Negative and pessimistic thoughts such as "I'm not born to make money" or "I'll never be as wealthy as others" will subtly erode our self-confidence, making us timid and hesitant when facing wealth opportunities, not daring to try boldly, or easily giving up when encountering a little difficulty, thus missing the wealth that could have been within our reach. We should learn to be keenly aware of the existence of these negative thoughts. When they pop up like ghosts, don't be led by the nose by them. Instead, just like watching the clouds floating in the sky, calmly acknowledge their appearance and then let them drift away with the wind. At the same time, we should replace them with positive and energetic thoughts. For example, tell ourselves, "I'm constantly learning financial knowledge and I have the ability to gradually increase my wealth," or "This failure is only temporary. I can learn from it and will definitely earn more next time." And we should also try hard to let go of excessive remorse and self-blame for past wrong financial decisions and unfounded worries about future wealth conditions, and focus all our energy on what we can actually do at present, such as learning new investment methods attentively, actively expanding our network of contacts, and striving to improve our professional quality. By eliminating these negative thoughts, we can create a positive and hopeful psychological environment for the arrival of wealth, making it easier for wealth to be attracted to us and come to us on its own initiative. In conclusion, attracting wealth to our side is a kind of practice that requires us to manage with our hearts and make continuous efforts from multiple aspects such as mindset, thinking, and behavior habits. As long as we persevere in implementing the above methods, we believe that wealth will eventually gather around us like a trickle converging into a vast ocean, helping us live the affluent life we dream of.